Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. My name is Samantha and in this video I'm going to show you how to make an amazing clove, black seed and moringa hair growth butter. This butter is amazing and it's going to help to nourish your hair, stimulate growth and also help hair to grow back in bold patches. It'll also help to soften your hair if you've got really coarse hair, and it can help to lock in moisture, so seal in your moisture. Our first ingredient is going to be cloves. I'm using powdered cloves, but you can use whole cloves and crush them first. So cloves are amazing when it comes to hair growth. They can stimulate scalp circulation, which is key to hair growth. And they also have anti-inflammatory properties, and that is why they can help hair to grow back in bold patches. And they also have antifungal and antibacterial properties, so they can help to keep the scalp nice and healthy hair grows out of a healthy scalp. Next, we're going to need some black seeds, and there are different types of black seeds out there. The ones that we need are the Nigella sativa seeds, also known as kalonji, and also known as black cumin seeds. These are amazing. They've actually been called miracle seeds because they are used to treat so many different conditions. Not only do they stimulate hair growth, they can also help hair to grow back in bold patches. This is why this butter is going to be amazing. Next, we're going to need moringa, and moringa is a superfood that is packed with minerals, vitamins, you name it. These will nourish the hair follicles and therefore they will stimulate your hair to grow healthily. The moringa also helps to condition your hair, so it's going to get your hair in a beautiful, wonderful, healthy condition. And then next we're going to need some butters. So I'm using a combination of cocoa butter and mango butter. However, you can either use one of them, or if you don't have these, you can actually use shea butter. I wanted to use these because these are really good at moisturizing because they're very penetrating. And then next we're going to need an oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil, but you can use any oil of your choice, even one of your DIY oils, it will help. I like using olive oil. My hair loves it because it's really softening, nourishing, and it also helps to boost healthy hair growth. So first I'm going to add a quarter cup of the cocoa butter into my bowl, followed by a quarter cup of the mango butter. Obviously, if you're using one of them, then you just use half a cup of the butter. Next, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the cloves, followed by 1 tablespoon of the black seeds. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the moringa powder. And then I'm just going to stir everything until the butters are melted. So as you can see, I'm using what's called the double boiler method. This is when you put a bowl over a pot with boiling water underneath, so that you're warming everything using that steam, that heat that's coming from the water. This is a wonderful way to melt butters and to warm things up without destroying the nutrients in the ingredients. Otherwise, if you put them directly into the pot, then there's a chance of overheating or cooking them, and then you just destroy all the ingredients, the wonderful minerals and vitamins that I was talking about earlier. So I'm just going to warm everything up for another 5 minutes to activate the herbs and spices and help with the infusion process. And then afterwards, I'll just put it aside, take it off the stove, and then allow it to cool down. So I'm not going to put this in the fridge. You'll notice that I leave it outside because that is what's going to help with the infusion. So the same way that I infuse my oils, I'm going to infuse the herbs into the butters this way. So it'll start off as liquid, and what you'll notice is that the seeds and the powders will settle at the bottom. So you do need to keep mixing them now and again until the butters have solidified and hardened, and the seeds and the powders are evenly distributed throughout the butter. So it's the next day, and as you can see, the butter has hardened and all the goodness that were in the seeds and in the powders have now gone into the butter. So our butter is beautifully infused. So now what we're going to do is just warm it up so that we need to melt it again. And again, I'm going to use the double boiler method so that we don't destroy the nutrients. So it'll melt very quickly. Cocoa butter and mango butter, they melt very quickly. It might take a little bit longer with shea butter, but that's okay. And then as soon as it becomes a liquid, we're now going to strain it. So because it only takes a few minutes, the bowl isn't even going to be hot. So you'll see I can actually handle it with my hands. But please be careful. Just because I'm using my bare hands, it doesn't mean that's what you need to do. If you need to use a towel or something, or an oven glove, please be careful. Don't touch anything hot. So as soon as it's melted, I'm going to strain it, and you need to use something that's really, really fine, that's going to catch all those powders so that they don't just go into the butter. Otherwise, you'll have little particles in your butter, and that's not going to be very nice. Okay, so we're almost there. So at this stage, then I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon of the oil. And then this next step is optional. I like to add glycerin to my butters because it makes them really silky and smoother, but you don't have to. And I'm only going to add a tiny bit, just 1 teaspoon. But as I say, this is optional. You don't have to add glycerin at all. So once I've added all the ingredients, I'm going to use my whisk to now blend everything and mix all the ingredients really, really well to make sure that the oil and the glycerin are thoroughly distributed throughout the butter. So you can either use a handheld blender, or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a whisk because that's what I'm going to use later on. So after whisking for a few minutes, I then leave it to harden. You do not have to put this in the fridge, and I actually recommend that you keep it outside so that there's no moisture going into your butters, otherwise it will go off very quickly. And then after it's hardened, I get my whisk again, and then now we are at the final stage, and we're going to whisk this butter, this beautiful butter, into a smooth, creamy, silky consistency. So you'll notice that it's really dark olive green to begin with, but as you whisk, it'll start to get lighter and it'll start to get creamier. So I whisked mine for about 10 minutes, maybe 10, 11 minutes, and that's what I recommend that you do. You'll notice as I'm whisking that it's going to get lighter. So keep watching and you'll see once I've come to the end what it looks like. So my lovelies, our butter is ready. Look at that. It's beautiful, silky, creamy, and as you can see, it's a much lighter color. So now we're just going to store it. I'm putting mine in a glass jar, and it's important that you sterilize your jars or containers that you're going to use. And it's simple enough to do. You just put it in some boiling water with salt, and that makes sure that there are no germs in there. Otherwise, they'll, your butter will go off. So I'm just going to put that in my jar, and this butter, because there's absolutely no moisture in there, it will keep for months and months and months. So at least 6 months, even longer, depending on the shelf life of your butters. You don't have to keep this in the fridge, but I recommend that you keep it in a cool, dark place so that it's not affected by the sunlight. You see the moringa there, that chlorophyll can be affected by the sunlight. So here we are. Here is our beautiful butter. Look at that. It is so soft. It is so creamy. It is so smooth and silky. And it is really luxurious and decadent. So as you can see, it literally melts into the skin, and it'll melt into your scalp, and it'll melt into your hair. So you're going to love this. This butter is so versatile. You can use it as a luxurious pre-poo treatment, particularly if your hair is really dry. So dampen your hair, apply this butter, cover with a plastic, and then after 30-40 minutes, you can wash it off. You can also add it to your deep conditioners to make them even richer and more nourishing. So once you've shampooed your hair, done your instant conditioner, add it to your deep conditioner, and it'll be even better. It'll help to soften it. You can also use it as a scalp emollient. So if your scalp is really dry, flaky, irritated, apply a tiny amount to your scalp and massage it, and don't wash it out, and this will help. And last but not least, you can use this as any other hair butter to soften your hair and also to lock in your moisture. So you add your moisture first and then apply the butter to lock in that beautiful moisture. You're going to love it. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy that. Before I go, I just want to give my subscribers a massive, massive thank you. Thank you so much for your support. I also want to say thank you to everybody who comes to watches my videos, who comments, asks questions, likes my videos. Thank you so much. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and also please give the video a thumbs up. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to be one of the first to know when I have a new video on the channel, all you need to do is just sign up for notifications. So thank you again. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye for now.